Welcome back to the channel, man. Subscribe, notification on, you know what to do. For this video, we're gonna be looking at a video from Dr. Phil where this girl was apparently allegedly she was being abused by her boyfriend, and we're just gonna get in it and see what it's all about. I was checking it out earlier. So first clip, we're gonna see the parents' introduction.
My daughter's starting to become this stranger to my wife and I. She's 180 degrees from the person that she was.
Before meeting DeAndre, Autumn was vibrant. Since meeting him, Autumn has withdrawn, dropped out of college.
Autumn calls us frequently, and it's almost like something out of a scary movie. All you can hear on the phone is my daughter screaming hysterically, "He's gonna kill me, he's holding me on the floor," and then the phone hangs up. And you have no idea where she's at. I fear what DeAndre's gonna do to her. Because this cycle of violence that they're trapped in, it's getting tighter and tighter.
Autumn has promised me numerous times that she'll stay away from him, and I find out that she hasn't left. I'm afraid DeAndre will kill my daughter. He's hurting my baby, and I want her back.
We won't jump to any conclusion yet, or what we're seeing so far, but as you can see, the parents have portray this guy to be such a bad person, and he does all of these crazy things to their daughter, hold her down, having her screaming when she called him and she's on the phone with them. And she was vibrant before she met him, and she was doing so well, and then she do a 360, right? That's the parents' observation of the situation. Next clip, we're gonna get into the introduction of the boyfriend.
Autumn is crazy. Autumn and I met a year and a half ago. One day I was on social media scrolling, and I was like, ooh, who is this baddie? Baddie means that she's cute. I was like, hey, you should come hang out with me. She was like, oh, I would love to. I stayed with Autumn because she's my homie. For two, I kind of like crazy girls. When Autumn the fights get out of hand. I choked Autumn probably around 6 times throughout our relationship. The first time I choked Autumn, I was at her house. She was screaming at me, and I choked her. I picked her up, I took her to her room, and I slammed her on her bed. I ended up in jail for aggravated domestic assault.
You think I care? I don't care anymore.
On the night of the incident, when Autumn keyed my car, she went through my phone, saw some messages that she didn't like, kicked me out, took my money when I left. I took her phone. She followed me, and she was... I'm sick of this. And she keyed my car. She has anger issues.
As you can see here, what the parents have portrayed their daughter to be is not really who she really is, right? Because I get it. Parents love their kids and they only want to see the good in their kids. But unfortunately, most people that are not working on themselves, they bring hell on hurt, because hell is inside of them and they projected it on the hurt, right? And that's what happened. But also the guy here, something is not right with him. His first thing was like, you choose Adam off a dating app. That's what I'm telling you guys. Girls that are on dating app and girls that you're seeing, you're not gonna know who they are. Truly, you're gonna see that they're beautiful, but the beast is in the heart. You're only looking on the exterior because you're in a fallen state. You're blind. You can't see her for truly who she is, a child of the devil, because she's made the devil her God. And the boy here says he kind of loves crazy girls. So he's just in it for the thrills that that the relationship can give to him. And apparently she's the same way too, because they're struggling with the same thing. They're both struggling with the same spirit, right? And they both love the roller coaster ride. Because if it's not up and down, it's boring. And they like the excitement. They love the fast feelings and satisfaction that it does give to them. All right. We have another clip here where Dr. Phil introduced the parents.
Do you think that it's okay for you to hit my daughter
Why
or
do you
any
think it's
other
okay
woman?
for you to hit your daughter, sir?
Answer my question.
Why do you think it's okay for you to hit your daughter,
My
sir?
daughter's already come out here and said that has never happened.
I understand that. However, your daughter is also very afraid of you.
What the hell does that have to do with you doing it? You think because
No, I don't-
someone else has violated her at some point in the past that gives you license to do so?
No, sir. I just believe that.
What the hell are you saying?
I believe that the way he's coming at me, he's saying who does that. However, he does the exact same thing.
Well, what's that got to do with what you do? You're a man on what
it
you're
has
doing.
nothing to do with what I'm doing. I take full responsibility for
Well,
what
then
I
take
have.
responsibility
I feel
for
like
it.
he
Don't
should
point the
take
finger at
full
him.
responsibility
If you're
for what
putting
he
your
did.
hands on a woman, that's a cowardly thing to do.
Yes, sir.
What gives you license to do that? The fact that
No,
somebody else did
no,
it?
Yeah, I have no right to do it, and I know that it's wrong to do it, and I shouldn't be doing it. However, I do have a problem. I do want to get better. I have been working on my problem, and I'm confessing that I have a problem, and I know that I have a problem, and I've been trying to address the problem, and I've been trying to get better. That's why I put out my camera. If I saw a girl, before I took my anger management class, there's no way I would watch a girl key my car. And there's another video where she jumps on my back. She's like, fight me, why don't you fight me? Like, and I'm getting antagonized. I have anger issues. Like, I'm still working on trying to get better. I know that I do need help, and I'm seeking help, and I want more help. For sure.
I'm glad to hear you say that. Did they talk to you about accountability?
It's interesting how they're actually treating him, right? When it's not entirely his fault alone. He has some fault, of course. He does say he has anger issue. He does says he's working on it. And he knows that it is wrong to, hit a woman or take anger out on a woman for whenever they aggravate him to get a response out of him, because that's what it is. The female likes the thrill, and she'll aggregate you to get a thrill out of you because it will satisfy her for the moment, right? It'll give her a sense of life, a fulfillment, right? But not only that, he says he takes responsibility and he's working on himself and he's seeking more help. But they're so pressuring him, especially Dr. Phil here, which is very interesting because you guys are gonna like this next clip that I'm gonna play for you. It's an introduction of the daughter. But before that, I want you to know the reason he has anger issues because he resents his mom for whatever she did to him when he was growing up. So it makes him emotional. And when he gets emotional, he can't control himself because it's the spirit that controls you. You can't control spirits. And that spirit's control him. He goes unconscious and he does crazy stuff like this. When you're angry, you are stupid because you will do dumb things. It's just how it works because you haven't overcome the spirit of evil that's inside of you, the devil, right? All right, let's go to the intro of the daughter. Check this out.
Is there any part of your mindset that makes you believe you deserve what he's doing to you?
I mean, sometimes I think that if I wouldn't have just not said that, or if I wouldn't have done that, then it would be okay. And he wouldn't have acted like that, and then we would be perfect.
So you blame yourself for provoking?
Sometimes.
Sometimes.
Sometimes I do.
So some of this you put on yourself.
See, it's all nice now. It's all nice to her.
Poke him.
Yeah. I think that I just bring out the worst in him sometimes.
Uh-huh. Do you think any woman deserves to be hit, sexually assaulted, life threatened?
No.
I mean, no matter what you say or do, I mean, that's not a reason, that's not a proportionate reaction, is it?
No.
I mean, what you're doing.
Okay. As you can see there, that was the intro of the daughter on the Dr. Phil show. You see how they treated the guy and how they treated the woman. Totally two different settings. They were more nicer to her, more calm to her. Because guess what? You're the man. You're supposed to be the leader. All of the responsibility is going to fall on you. And this is what society does. They kind of tell you, but they inadvertently don't tell you at the same time. It's so interesting, right? So that means you're supposed to lead. Don't listen to a woman, because when you listen to her, you're gonna suffer, right? And in this case, they're not telling her, at least herself, she's taking responsibility, which is very interesting, right? In the other situation, they were telling the guy, do you know anything about accountability, taking acknowledgement for what you did? He did, and they still pressed him. In this situation, she is taking responsibility as well, and yet they're not pressing her. They're giving her a way out of the situation, which is very interesting to me, right? And for her to do things to aggravate him, to get him to act out like that, it's not her aggravate him to get him to respond like that, because it's already in him. It's already something inside of him, right? It's not her fault per se. Yes, she did things to aggravate him, to get him angry and upset, but it's already inside of you, because if it wasn't there, whatever she did would not bother you. And that's the difference, right? And also, he does the same thing to her. So it's two evil spirits that is passed down from her family, from her mom, whatever she did to her or her dad. She resents her dad. And for whatever the boy's parents did to him as well, to make him angry as a kid growing up. And now he's taking it out on the girl, because guess what? They're both looking for salvation from each other. And they're going to get deeper and deeper in it. And she can't save him can't save her, right? He's looking for love from the woman, which the woman doesn't have to give, unfortunately, because women don't know what love is, right? You can look at it like this. The woman is a drug dealer and the man is the sex addict. So he keeps going back to the sex dealer for salvation, right? But even though he doesn't want to, he can't help himself, because he can't control himself. He doesn't know why. Even though he gets frustrated with her, he can't help himself but go back to her for it, because it gives him a high. It gives him a sense of fulfillment, a purpose. But either way, it doesn't solve the issue. It just makes it gets worse and worse. We're going to get, in the next clip coming up, we're going to get an introduction from the father. Pay attention.
So let me carefully define the situation for you.
Yes, sir.
You've come on stage and you're smiling and you find great humor in the fact that you're sexually assaulted
There's
and
no
physically
humor. There's
assaulted
no
by
humor
a
to
daughter.
it. There's no humor
You had
to
the
it.
courage. I don't think I want to call it that. I think I want to call it the poor decision to look my wife in the eyes and use your fingers to illustrate. But if you'll listen to me, I want to outline
Yes,
the
sir, I'm
situation
listening.
for you.
Everything you're saying. Yes, sir.
Okay. I've trained thousands of warriors,
Yes, sir.
soldiers to take the battlefield
Yes, sir.
in some of the most austere and dangerous conditions imaginable
Yes, sir.
against some pretty scary armed aggressors.
Yes,
Do you
sir.
understand that?
Yes, sir. That's probably why your
I've
daughter's so
come
afraid.
looking for you, and I'm going to just tell you that by the grace of God in heaven, I was unable to find you,
Yes,
and
sir.
it's only through my inability to do so that you still draw breath.
Yes, sir. So you're gonna kill me.
That's crazy. That is insanely crazy. So as you can see here, first of all, let's adjust the clapping in the background for what the dad have just stated. He just stated, it's only by the grace of God I didn't find you, because you would not be alive right now. And people in the audience are clapping. Evil will celebrate evil because they know no better. But it shows that it starts in the home, because he says he has trained 1,000 or whatever amount he said people he has trained in the military, if I remember correctly, in harsh condition to go out and do the job of the government, right? And the guy said that's probably why your daughter is scared of you. So there was no good example set in the home for what a man should be in her life. It's clear. The clip I played before, it was in this clip, he said, that's why your daughter is afraid of you. So she's clearly afraid of the father. So now she's running to this guy for comfort and to feel love. And she's seeking for a father. And because this guy is somewhat close to a representation of her dad, because her dad hit her, because in the previous video he was saying, Dr. Phil said to this guy, why do you hit her? Should you be hitting a woman? And he's like, well, the father does it, so she's accustomed to that. She's accustomed to that kind of behavior from a man. So it's an example set by her father, and that's just a standard she knows, right? And that's why she ended up seeking for a father in this guy, right? It seems like love, but it's not love. It's actually hate, because we're gonna see in the next video why that is. But this guy clearly out said he would off this guy if he could have found him, which is crazy to me. And people in the background clapping. That's crazy. All right, so the next clip is actually amazing. We're gonna see a psychologist comes up. Let's look into this clip.
Dr. Charles Sophie is a member of our advisory board, and he says that Sean and Angelica are not as actively involved as they can be, and are allowing Autumn to control them and make decisions when she does not have the tools to do so. And I couldn't agree more, and I'm not trying to insult you or condescend to you. I'm talking about the fact that I was saying before, that you're in the middle of this, and it's really hard when you're down in the trenches to see what's going on. And she is what we call enmeshed in this relationship, right? You see this all the time.
Enmeshed.
I mean, what was it that you did, supposedly, that made her run to him? And in her mind, he has rescued her from you. And that connection, she can't let go. He's her protector, even though he doesn't protect her. So whatever happened that made you run, when you said you didn't get fed, you didn't get a shower, all that stuff, the way you were telling them, you were pounding it into them. You're angry at them, I guess, right?
Yes, I'm angry.
Do you ever deal with that with them?
I mean, yeah, we talk about it, but I mean, definitely I run to DeAndre because I feel like he does give me like what I need and whenever I need it, and I feel like that's like true love.
Yeah, but initially you ran to him and he's protected you.
Yes.
And so that's where she's addicted to this whole thing.
There you go. There you go. It starts in the home when your kids cannot talk to you because you get angry and frustrated at them, especially when they're little. For whatever you do to them, they end up resenting you, and it turns into anger, which they think it's love because it gives them a feeling. And they think, because I think it and I feel it, it must be true or it must be love. But it's not. It's anger. It's an emotional buildup. They call it love, but it's actually anger and hatred that is still in you, that makes you can't see exactly what's really happening. And in this situation, the dad, you can tell the boy is just like the dad in this situation. She's looking for a fatherly love, but she doesn't know what that looks like. And that's why she ended up in the same abusive relationship with her parents with this guy. It's the same thing. All right. And this guy, he's spot on. He's very spot on with his interpretation of this situation. But as you, the audience, you need to forgive your mom and dad for whatever they have done to you for when you were little, for whatever reason. You may not remember because it's a trauma which caused you to go into your thoughts in your imagination. And you can't get feelings without the thoughts. Then you get the feeling. Then you get the action, because you go unconscious when you go into your thoughts, your imagination. And you can catch yourself doing that if you start staying in the present with God and just watch you going unconscious. You eventually see it. But you need to forgive your mom and dad for whatever they have done to you. And the reason why she hates her dad is because, not sure what her mom did to her, but her dad clearly is not a great example because he's weak. The mom grew her. She sees that her dad is weak. She resents her dad for being weak, for not protecting her from her mom. And she can't talk to her dad because her dad gets angry and frustrated, just like her mom, because he hasn't overcome the spirit of his mom as well. So it's like it's a cycle going over and over and over until you realize what's really happening with yourself within you is happening with everyone else around you. Right? So she ended up getting with the guy she hates because you become what you hate and you've fallen in love with what you hate.